Okay. So we are here with, you're going to introduce yourself because that's what we do.
I am the Red Tiger.
Okay. So we're going to start off with a shout out to Lukey Morgan, who is your number one fan. He waited from the time the show let out until, well, everybody left.
That poor boy.
Because you had to go to the...
You had to go to medical.
Yes, because you had an accident with the fire. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. Well, I mean, it was an accident on.
Yes, I was definitely accidental on my part.
Yeah, you didn't choose to have a
fireball.
A fireball shoot at you. So,
but I'm sure I'll see Lukey, and I bet I even know him. I probably just don't know his name.
I feel like you probably
I know all
do.
those kids. I love those kids.
No, they definitely love you. So you wrestle here. Why wrestling?
Honestly, it was probably one of my first few obsessions. I'm one of the people who was obsessed with it from the age of like 8 or 9 years old. It took me in '98 and it's never let go after that. I was in like the 4th grade when it took me, and all I said was I'm going to be a wrestler, and my parents just kept saying, "No, you're not. Of course you're not. That's silly." And well, here we are.
It took you. So if they were saying no, you're not, like, how did you get interested in wrestling then? Like you just watched it, like you saw a show.
All right, I'll give my intro to it. My older cousin was watching it. I didn't even know what it was. I actually played the Super Nintendo wrestling game all the time and didn't even know it was real. I thought, because I liked video games, I liked Mortal Kombat and things like that. Okay. I thought that wrestling, that the game that I played, whatever it was, I think it was WrestleMania something.
Okay.
I thought these people were just like Mortal Kombat characters. I didn't know they were real. But so my cousin, he was 4 years older than me, and he was watching wrestling a lot, and I'm always over their house because I was the only child. So I was at their house a lot, and he would have it on, and I would kind of like see it, and it would, I would kind of see it a little bit, and that would be it. It was just kind of grabbing me here and there, little by little. I remember seeing a Rock match and being like, he seems dumb, which is funny that I didn't like The Rock as a kid. I don't know what was wrong with me. And then I remember seeing Goldberg and somebody, and I thought something about Goldberg looked cool. I remember, I don't like Goldberg as an adult, but not that there's anything wrong with Goldberg. But I remember he ran to do a big spear in the corner, and the guy moved, and he hit his shoulder on the turnbuckle and went out. And the announcers really made a big deal, like, "Oh, his shoulder is hurt." And then I really bought into it, like, "Oh, this guy's hurt."
All right.
I bought into it. I was a little more interested, and then I'll never forget it. The final nail in my coffin was it was SummerSlam '98. So they were. I don't know if I was there for SummerSlam or if I was there the next day for Raw, and they were showing a recap because I didn't know enough about wrestling to know what I was seeing yet. But it was Undertaker and Mankind duking it out, and these two guys are more what my brain was going to grab onto because I loved Halloween, I loved spooky stuff. So I was like, "Ooh, these guys are interesting." I was kind of staying there, getting more and more involved and enveloped in it. And then it happened. The lights went out, and the fire hit, and Kane came out, and that was it. It was game over. It was like I plummeted into wrestling obsession. Kane was everything my 10-year-old imagination could have been in love with.
Okay.
And it was complete Kane obsession.
And it was game over.
And it was complete wrestling obsession since that day.
All right.
And here I am wearing a mask.
So is that why the fire then?
Honestly, I was super excited to do that. Yes, I think it may have been my idea. Because, Kane has been set on fire so many times in wrestling, storylines, and to be able to also have that experience to do something with fire, I was like, of course.
That's scary, though.
Yeah, but, wrestling is scary, so.
It is very frightening. I mean, to me, at least, it seems inherently dangerous.
Yeah, but like I said, everything in wrestling is inherently dangerous. The fire spot was probably the safest thing we did that night.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably an accurate assessment, which doesn't feel like a good thing to say.
Right, but we know we're all wrestling people, so we're all a little messed up.
That's true. I mean, it's fun to watch. Oh my goodness gracious. It is very fun to watch.
Yes, you have. We love watching you watch our matches. You get so into it.
Yeah. I worry though. I worry. Sometimes I have to watch like this.
That's good. That means we're doing it right.
No, that means you're stressing me out because I worry about my boys up there and my girls.
Yeah,
actually,
I know it. But yeah, I honestly I think I spent a good 60% of my childhood wearing a cane mask. I bet as soon as I would get home from school, I would get my little plastic cane mask and put it on, and I think it would just be on the rest of the day at that point.
So is it not hot to wrestle in a mask?
It's a little hot. Yeah, it is a little bit hot, but there's also a comfort in it.
Is there?
Yeah. It helps you transform into the character that you want to be.
Okay.
It's kind of helps me transform into Red Tiger and not just regular me.
No.
Which is, they are kind of one and the same, but because they're definitely, it's just me just being all of my weirdness out at once,
Oh yeah, I completely understand about all of my weirdness out at once. This is all of my weirdness out at once.
But yeah, it's definitely a bit of a comfort to have a.
Is it recording still?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all that matters.
I really.
You feel a little bit less exposed.
No, we're
What's
not.
going on? Yeah, it's recording,
No.
but
The mic's not on.
yeah, it's not.
Nope, it's flashing.
That's flashing too.
That's why I noticed. Because I pay attention. Put on the swivel.
Oh, come on now.
Because that little thing came undone, I bet, when it fell.
That's a resync now.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Oh, see that one's lit up green now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure
how's
is.
this one?
It's green.
Sure is.
All right, we're
Look
back.
At me.
We're back. See, we could have done this whole interview with nothing.
Yep. I am on top of things. That's right.
Someone has to be. It's not me.
Oh, well, I'm barely on top of things. I have no idea where we were, but at least I noticed the mic wasn't working.
I think we were talking. I was just talking about how it's, how it's kind of, it's like a little bit of a comfort to have the mask on in the ring because it's, you're very exposed out there, and so to have, your face covered, it's almost like a blanket. It's almost like a security blanket a little bit.
Do you think that you will ever not have a mask?
I hope not. I've wrestled. I've been wrestling for a long time, and I've gone without a mask. And
have you?
Yeah, I didn't always have a mask.
That's starting out.
Yeah, when?
Yeah.
I mean, because I've always known you with a mask on.
Yeah,
obviously.
but I took a long break from wrestling by accident. But I trained in 2006, so I've been wrestling for a long time.
Really?
Technically, I wrestled for about maybe about 10 years.
That is a very long time.
Yeah, probably less than 10 years. Because I think from 2006, and then I think things accidentally fizzled out because I was in a terrible relationship that made me not want to do anything that I loved anymore. Everyone goes through that.
No, I completely understand that.
Yeah,
I have felt those feelings.
Yep. That was around 2013 or 14 when everything kind of fell apart. So I had a pretty long stint with different gimmicks and names with no mask, but because of the Kane fan of me, I always kind of would have liked to.
Okay.
But I think the big difference between then and now is when I was younger, I just I was so nervous and all the time terrified because I wanted to succeed so badly.
Okay.
It was like if I had to make it to the top of the mountain or else everything's a failure. And so I was trying so hard to do things that I thought would work for other people. Like, what do other people want to see me do?
Okay.
And trying to do that. And it just doesn't really work that way. You have to do it for yourself. And I think when I came back, and by the way, the reason I came back is because of Ben and Jared, who are angels on this planet.
I love them so much. I really do.
I think like 2 years ago, Jared asked me, he's like, hey, I'm thinking about starting our own thing with Ben. I know you haven't wrestled in a long time, but if we did, like, would you consider trying it again? Would you get back in the ring? And I was, we all hear people say this, I'm going to start my own promotion. No one starts their own promotion. So I was like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'll be there, man. And holy crappy, they did it. And I was like, well, you know what? I mean, at least I know you. I said yes. And, I mean, it's not like I didn't want to. I just didn't think it was going to happen. But so I came up, I knew it was going to be Japanese-esque. So I came up with, how can I have fun with this? And the biggest thing is, I came back at 35. I no longer have aspirations of making it to wrestle the main event of WrestleMania.
All right.
Those type of things is kind of probably behind me because I'm 36 now. It's not. I mean, sure, it could happen. DDP did it.
But
besides DDP, nobody.
You're being realistic.
They're not. Yeah,
right?
I'm being realistic. I have a wife and a daughter, and if I spent more than 2 days away from them, I'd probably go insane.
Fair enough.
Even if I think if they offered me a contract tomorrow, I would have to cry and say no because I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I'd die. So with those things out of my mind, it left me so free to just have fun for myself. What do I want to do that's going to be the most fun I could possibly have in the ring? Because I know at this age, when I hang the boots up again, it will be the last time because that's the age I'm at.
Yeah.
So this is it. However long this lasts, whether it's 5 months or 10 years, this is it. So I know I have to get every bit of this obsession out of my system. So when it's over, I can be happy because when I was not wrestling anymore, it definitely haunted me a lot.
Okay.
Because I was still obsessed with wrestling, and I just knew I had so much left that I should have done and could have done, and I just walked away from like my favorite thing in the world.
So this is your shoulda, coulda done.
This is it. Yep. So
that's good. I'm glad. That makes me happy.
Yes, I'm so happy. This whole Red Tiger gimmick just feels more like who I am, with a fun coat of paint on it. And I mean, you can kind of see it's working just because I'm doing what I want to do and I'm having fun. People really like it.
People do really like it.
People like Red Tiger.
They respond well to it.
So,
and the kids freaking love it, which I love. That makes me happy.
So it's like with the least amount of pressure on me, I'm doing the best I've ever done.
See, I've noticed that here. There's not a lot of pressure.
It's friendly
people
pressure.
Seem to I shouldn't say there's not a lot of pressure. There's not a lot of stress pressure.
Toxic pressure.
Toxic pressure.
The pressure is like we put the pressure on ourselves to put on the best show.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good pressure. We all want. We want We want to win match of the night.
Yeah. It's good. It's good pressure.
It's good pressure.
It is. It's self pressure.
Yeah.
And it leads to a better product.
It really
there's
does.
There are people here that I've seen elsewhere that have progressed more here since they've been here.
Yeah.
I love it.
This place is fantastic.
So I'm glad you said yes, you would, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're wrestling here because you're super fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that. Yeah, this place is magic in a bottle.
Yes, and I'm glad you're in the bottle because you were also magic, sir.
Good. Well, I don't know the last time I told my coming back to wrestling and everything story. So it was weird to tell that. That felt good.
That's really dope though. I'm glad you're like living your dream.
It feels
your
right.
Vision.
Yeah, I think I am.
And having fun.
Yeah, and having fun. That's so many people don't have fun in their life. Like it doesn't matter. Like so you're not going to be an artist. Draw something.
Yes.
So you're not going to be in WWE. Go wrestle.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. Like so you're not going to be like the best. Just go do something. Go have fun.
Right.
Like, it's okay.
The fear of failure really is a killer of many dreams. And that was, it partly killed mine because, besides being in a bad relationship, I also was just so, every time I would go to a show, I would just be terrified of not doing well for some reason. I just like, what if I suck? What if I don't do well? This match is going to, if I don't do well, then everyone's going to see that I don't belong here.
But what if you do, though?
Yeah, exactly.
But what?
And these are things that young people think, I think.
Yeah.
This is definitely the mindset of a young person.
Definitely, yeah.
And then you get a little older and a little wiser, and you realize that everybody is scared of all the time.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Go out there and do it.
Yes, because you might suck in okay.
Because I will say the very first show, which was a year ago, last July, and when I finally had to put all of the stuff that I had on my body that has been in my head for all this time, the mask and the whole outfit, I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever thought of. I'm going to walk out there, they're going to laugh at me so badly. This is so stupid. And then they didn't laugh at all. They loved it from the first show. And that was really relieving because I felt, remember there was a time where this was the first time I ever wore all this and I felt so dumb. I
could see that.
Right.
I could see that.
Because now everybody knows who I am and it's cool, but last July this was just an idea I had.
I mean, I could see how it would feel like a little, I don't know, ridiculous. Like a little like, I don't know how I feel about this. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
It's me.
Not only am I in a cat mask and I've got makeup on, but I mean, you're also wearing trunks. So like your whole body's just exposed in front of all these people.
That'd be uncomfortable.
So there's a lot.
That'd be uncomfortable. Yeah, I was telling somebody today, like, don't worry about your stomach. Like, you're fine. And I was like, my stomach's showing like literally that much. And then I pulled my backpack over it. And then another wrestler came out and he was showing like he was wearing a crop top. And I was like so aware that I had my backpack pulled. So I was like, move my backpack over. And then here I am, I'm like covering my stomach up. So like, no, it's totally a thing. So I can't even imagine because you have to just be out there with your trunks on and that's it, pretty much.
I do it for the show.
Yes, you do. So, it's a real thing.
Wrestling is the funniest thing in the world, isn't it?
It really is.
I mean, this isn't my concept. Someone said this before on a TV show, but I really believed it, so now I take it. That wrestling is maybe not the last. It's Shakespeare. Maybe the last form of Shakespeare. I think it's like it's just a production of good versus evil.
It is,
and it's it's every match is a Shakespeare play. I think
it is. It definitely is. It's Shakespeare with acrobatics.
Yeah,
Shakespeare with acrobatics. Lots of made up words too. Lots of made up words. Lots of swear words too.
Yeah.
Not so much here.
Not so much here.
Which I'm okay with. I said I went the whole.
You did good.
The whole time without swearing. Because gosh darn it, I can do it. All right. Well, thank you so much for sitting with us.
Well, thank you for having me on. I've been seeing all your guests. I'm like, I want to do that too.
Well, I'm glad you could finally join us, even though you were
even though I was
you were injured and we had to cancel the other time.
Yes, that was disappointing, but here we are. And it was they gave us match of the night, so it's been a good night for me. I've been dying.
Really?
Yeah, they gave us match of the night. Yeah.
First person to admit to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unless we just not had any.
I don't know.
I'm very proud.
Well, that's exciting.
I'm dying to get one, and they said possibly match of the year. Even they loved it.
Oh wow!
So contender match of the year. Contender.
Oh, that's really exciting.
The night when you had they contend with the Dennis.
That's what I said.
No.
Oh my God.
When after our match went really well, there was rumblings like that could be match of the night, brother, and I was like, we have the Den versus SOS.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't count on it.
Always magic.
They are beautiful together.
I mean, I must say, the only thing that I didn't like about your match was when he walked on top of the rope, but I don't like that. So
the Undertaker did that though. That's one like
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like I don't get it. I don't like when people walk on top of the rope. I don't like it.
Some of the silliness of wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think it's too silly.
Yeah.
Like I like the cartoony of wrestling. I think the fact that wrestling is kind of cartoony is enjoyable.
I think so too.
I just don't like that in particular.
Right, because we know it's a show,
but
so like, you know, lean into it.
You got the match.
That's
so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really happy about it.
Haha. Okay.
All
that
right.
means we're
the
sitting
first.
with the
Yep.
ha. That means we're special. I mean,
you guys were already special. So I'm only special starting now. You guys were already special before this.
All right, we'll run with that.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, no, we're not really. Maybe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
All right. We hug and go home?
Yes. Can we hug and go
Yes,
home?
we can.
Okay, because I'm exhausted. I appreciate you. Okay.